All right, the Pitaka MagEZ Pro case was the case that stayed on my iPhone 13 Pro Max probably the longest, and I talk about a lot of cases on this channel. Now, there's been some changes to the iPhone 14 Pro Max model, but let's see if it can reign one of the champs on this channel, because yeah, this definitely had a #1 spot for a good bit of time, and I love this case. And spoiler alert, I've been running this case on my 14 Pro Max, man. You see it right here with the little smudges and grimes. Ooh, that's one thing that's a doozy with this case. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. And this is going to be a good one right here. And it's going to be one of the top cases that's on the channel. So let's get into it. Pitaka MagEZ Case Pro 3 for iPhone series 6.7 inch, all right? Brand new Pitaka packaging, man. You've seen it before. If you didn't catch my video for the MagEZ cases, I'll be sure to pop it above, man, so you can go out there and check that video out. Now, let's go ahead and get into the actual case itself. Now, if this case has a little bit of smudges and things on it, I had to restart the video, man. I had a little blooper, but that's what you get when these videos are unscripted right off the muscle. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. And here is going to be the Pitaka Pro case for the 14 Pro Max, all right? Very similar to the 13 Pro Max's version. You're gonna have that aramid fiber design, a very rigid case, all right? This case is very rigid, not very flexible, but that's what I like to see when it comes to a case. On the inside, you get that micro, that felt liner, and you get that MagSafe, and also on the inside here, I think you're getting a peek at some of Pitaka's shock absorption material, the way it's made all the way around the case. So you're getting a little bit of that shock absorption when you are to drop it, all right? So let's go ahead and bring the scale over here. Let's see what this Pitaka Pro case weighs, and then we're gonna go ahead and slap it on the phone and get through it, all right? So Pitaka Pro case sitting at 41 grams. So a little heavy when it comes to the number, but I don't feel like it weighs heavy when you actually use this case, all right? But let's go ahead and slap the Space Black 14 Pro Max up here, and I'm gonna tell you right now, man, this case right here, look, it's one of the most tight fitting cases out there in the market, and that's a good thing. I love my cases to fit a little tight, you know what I mean? I know y'all gonna have a little bit of fun with that in the comment section, but let's go ahead and get to it. Let's step through it. So on that top side is gonna be completely closed. On that right side, you're gonna get your raised power button. They do have air slits in them. When it comes to pressing them, that's kind of the one thing that I wanna see improved on the Pitaka Pro case. Look, Pitaka, listen to me. Give us some type of interchangeable aluminum buttons. Those are just goated in my opinion. Those are the best buttons that's out there in the market. That would just take this case to the next level. Trust me, man. Just trust what I say. I'm telling you. So the button does press pretty good, but I would like to see it a little bit more tactile, because I feel like you got to put a little bit more force than you need to press that button. Flipping it over on the bottom, you can see that your cutouts are your equal cutouts. So it's not accurate. It's going to be equal for those that care about that. On that left side, same thing with the volume up and down, all right? A little bit of, not saying mushy, but you just have to do a little bit more force to press them. I would like to see those buttons just be a little bit more easier to press. Getting to that mute toggle switch is kind of tight in there, not terrible, but it works just fine. And talking about the camera, it is going to be protected with that raised lip around that camera. So sitting it down, your camera's going to be protected, but we also got to test that wobble test. In this case, does not sit flat. It does wobble, of course, all right? Because this case is a very thin case. So let's go ahead and take a look at that lay on the table protection. Now, even with my tempered glass screen protector up here, it has a lip that goes all the way around. Now, personal experience, like I stated, this was the case that was on my iPhone 13 Pro Max the longest. I dropped this case numerous times, and I've never had an issue with my phone breaking, all right? So this phone and this case combo can take numerous drops, just regular everyday drops. That's what everybody is doing. Nobody's off of a ladder unless you do that type of work and dropping these phones, all right? Everyday cases, from holding it here, getting out the car, slipping out your hand, it's going to be able to take it just fine, and that is going to be enough lip when you were talking about sitting it face down or anything like that. Trust me, you will be good to go. Don't worry about that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at how does this case fit on the phone, and this thing fits tighter. What fits tighter than a glove? I don't know what fits tighter than a glove, but let's go ahead and talk about the tug. It's none. All right, let's just say that right now. There is no pull at all, nowhere on this case. Look at this. Super tight, no pull at all. This thing fits crazy tight, you know what I mean? And then the vice versa with that is crazy hard to take off. You know, you kind of gotta really hunker down and pop the corners out. But when that case is snapped on, this has always been one of the tightest fitting cases out there on the market, and I'm here for it, all right? The snap on all the corners, you almost gotta, man, you gotta just watch it. This thing, when it's snapped up there, it is very good. It is snapped up there very well, and it just feels good when it comes to the fit, all right? So Just amazing job. A plus, straight up 10 on the scale when it comes to fit, when it comes to Pitaka. All right. Now, how does this case feel in your hand? Now, normally, a lot of people probably would think that this case is a little bit slippery, but in my opinion, I like this case so much, I can almost deal with the slightly slippery feeling of this case. You don't really get much grip. Now, this kind of material, this Air Mid, I feel like it's just grippy enough. I use this case a lot, and in my opinion, I don't feel like it's too slippery, but I know that there are people out there who might think this is a little bit slippery, but in my opinion, it's pretty good. You know what I mean? When I hold it, I haven't accidentally dropped this phone because of the material, the slickness that it's made out of. I've always think it's done fairly well, and I don't think you really have an issue with it. Now, one thing about the way it looks, all right, the one downside that I really dislike about this case is that it's going to show a bunch of smudges, a bunch of grease. And if your hands are anything like mine right here, you're going to be seeing this a lot, all right? And then even though it's kind of really hard to wipe this material, you almost kind of get a water almost to wipe it down. So it's going to show a lot of smudges. Now, normally, I don't really care about smudges on your phone because you use your hands just get dirty over throughout the day. It's going to transfer you to your phone, but it's really, really going to show. But you really have to be looking at it in lighting and different things like that. Honestly, I'm on my phone and I'm sitting it down like this. I'm not really looking on the back, but it's going to get grimy on the back. All right, that's one thing to talk about. Now, bringing MagSafe over here. Now, last year, Pitaka it had just about the strongest MagSafe magnet out there, outside of something else, but one of the strongest MagSafe magnets out there. Now, I spoke to Pitaka. MagSafe works just fine, but they did make changes to the magnets, even on the Pro case and on their MagEZ 3 case, where they're just nowhere near as strong as they were last year. Last year, if these magnets were like a 9.5, this year it's getting on down there to maybe like a 4.5, 5, all right? The magnets are a little bit different, and I spoke to them because the magnets they said last year were a little bit too strong for some people, and it was interfering with a wireless charging that they were using. So they had to make those magnets a little bit thinner, which means it's going to take a little bit of that magnetic pull force away. Magnets still work fine, but you can tell a big hit. If you were a fan of the Pro case last year for the 13, you will tell right away that this is a weaker magnet. But I've been using this just fine. I've been using with all my MagSafe accessories in the car, MagSafe battery packs, wallets. It all still works just fine, all right? You don't really have to have super duper MagSafe strength. That's just something that I want personally. Now, a lot of you want as well, all right? So let's go ahead and bring the accessories over here. Let's see what we're talking about. Let's go ahead and slap the MagSafe wallet up there. And like I stated, the wallet goes up there. It's up there. You know, I wish it would have a little bit. You know, it's just so hard not to think about those magnets last year, but it's up there. You know, just every day in and out your pocket. I don't think you have an issue knocking this MagSafe wallet off. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and bring the Apple one over here. Battery pack. I just was using this last night. And you know, with this type of material, sometimes with the friction of these products, it may try to dance around and slide around a little bit. But yeah, this right here, magnets still get the job done. I mean, it's perfectly fine, you know. And bringing like a big boy MagSafe pack over here, man. If you gotta have I always like to do the big boy weight comparison. You gotta really shake it. Even with me shaking crazy, it does kind of slide around and get a little crooked, but it doesn't really fall off. So the magnets, in my opinion, still get the job done. You know, it's just if you were used to last year's magnet, you will be able to tell a difference. All right, now the main question: should you? Yes. There's some cases that you don't even have to think about with a should you buy. This is an absolute buy. Catch this case when it's in stock, because sometimes Pitaka sells out these things very quick because they're popular and people jump on these. So if you see them in stock, go get you one. You will not be disappointed. This is one of those best cases, all right? This is a case that will be in my top cases video. It will be in the top 5. Hell, it may even be in the top 3 when it comes to best cases. I always like this case, even with some of its downsides, with the buttons being a little bit hard to press and the magnet not being as strong as I wanted, and it's showing a little bit of grease and grime. It still does some of the, I just love a case with a tight fit, keeps it thin and protection. It's kind of what I like when it comes to my case, and it's just a nice, clean, stealthy look that doesn't have a lot going on. So it only comes in this one color. When it comes to this black version, you already know, man, go get yourself one, and you let me know how you like it up in the comment section down below. But we about to get up out of here. You already know, links to this will be down below. If it's not in stock right now, check back. I think they're about to start rolling the stock out sometime this week. At the time of this video, I think sometime this week you'll be able to go out there and grab yourself one. You all right? Get subbed up. You know I'm hitting you with the accessories for the 14 Pro Max, so make sure you turn that bell on. Stay safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.